गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ಓಂ ಓಂ. ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ಇವತ್ತು ಸುಗಮ. ಇವತ್ತು 13 ಇವತ್ತು 13 14 ಇವತ್ತು 13th ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ 13th ವೆಡ್ನೆಸ್ಡೇ. ಸೊ ಅದರಿಂದ ಸುಗಮ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ 43rd ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ವಿ ವರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸಿಂಗ್. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಅಧ್ಯಾಸಂ ಪುರಸ್ಕೃತ್ಯ ಆಲ್ ಪ್ರಮಾಣಾಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಸಪೋಸ್ ಅಧ್ಯಾಸ. ಇನ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಅಧ್ಯಾಸ ಈಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎನಿ ವ್ಯವಹಾರ. ಸೊ 2 levels ವಿ ಟಾಕ್ಡ್ ಆಫ್. 2 ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅವಿದ್ಯೆ ಎಂಬುದು ಒಂದು, ಪ್ರಮಾಣಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ದೋಷವಿದ್ದರೆ, ಇಫ್ ದೆರ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಡಿಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ, you won't get the correct knowledge. You will get only a misunderstanding, which is ignorance. If the pramana is correct, defectless, you get the knowledge. That's one level. Another is that there is a pramana, that you are a pramatru, pramana, prameya. All this presupposes adhyasa. All this presupposes adhyasa. Without adhyasa, no pramana prameya vyavahara. That means you won't find yourself to be pramatru. In the absence of adhyasa, that is in deep sleep. In the absence of adhyasa, in deep sleep, you don't find yourself to be pramatru, nor there is a prameya, nor there is a relationship between pramatru and prameya. ಪ್ರಮಾಣಗಳು, ಪ್ರಮಾತೃತ್ವ, ಪ್ರಮೇಯ ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ತ್ರಿಪುಟಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಧ್ಯಾಸಂ ಪುರಸ್ಕೃತ್ಯ, ಅಧ್ಯಾಸದಿಂದಲೇ ಆಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಅಧ್ಯಾಸವಿಲ್ಲದಿದ್ದರೆ ಯಾವ ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಅಧ್ಯಾಸ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಪ್ರಮೇಯ ವ್ಯವಹಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರುವ ಅಧ್ಯಾಸ ಇದು ನೋಡಿ. ಅವಿದ್ಯೆ ಅಥವಾ ಅಧ್ಯಾಸ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಪ್ರಮೇಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕು. ಅಧ್ಯಾಸವಿಲ್ಲದಿದ್ದರೆ ಪ್ರಮಾಣವು, ಪ್ರಮಾತ, ಪ್ರಮೇಯ ಯಾವುದೂ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರಮಾತೃ, ಪ್ರಮಾಣ, ಪ್ರಮೇಯ, ಆಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಸಪೋಸಸ್ ಅವಿದ್ಯೆ ಆರ್ ಅಧ್ಯಾಸ. Because this adhyasa is very much required for pramata. This adhyasa, I mean the fundamental adhyasa, atmanatmanoha adhyasa, is necessarily required for pramana vyavahara, and it is not opposed. It in fact facilitates. It makes way for pramanatva, for pramana prameya vyavahara. Therefore we are talking of. So in the vyavaharic knowledge, I am just reviewing what we discussed, a few points. So in vyavahara, there is a right pramana, wrong pramana. That is, there is a right knowledge and wrong knowledge. These experiences of right knowledge, wrong knowledge, both of them, wrong knowledge about the worldly things, right knowledge about worldly things, and wrong knowledge about worldly things. This pramana apramana presupposes the fundamental adhyasa. Therefore there are 2 levels. Therefore the vyavaharic level, the empirical world, the transactions, the pramana, the appearance of the world and its experiences, right and wrong, right knowledge, wrong knowledge, all this belong to the vyavaharic level. ಇದೆಲ್ಲವೂ ವ್ಯಾವಹಾರಿಕ ಸತ್ತ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ನಹಿವಯಂ ವ್ಯಾವಹಾರಿಕಂ ಸತ್ಯತ್ವಂ ಪ್ರಮಾಣಾನಾಂ ಪ್ರತಿಷೇಧಾಮಃ. We are not negating the vyavaharik reality, the empirical reality of the pramanas. But only we say they are not absolute. That's all we mean. Vyavaharik level, the pramanas go on and the pramanas reveal certain facts of worldly things. They are all okay. But this ಈ ವ್ಯಾವಹಾರಿಕ ಸತ್ಯತ್ವವನ್ನು ನಿಷೇಧ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಪಾರಮಾರ್ಥಿಕ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ವ್ಯವಹಾರವಿಲ್ಲ ಎಂದು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ವ್ಯಾವಹಾರಿಕ ಪ್ರಮಾಣಗಳು ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸುತ್ತವೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಈ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಪ್ರಮೇಯ ವ್ಯವಹಾರವೆಲ್ಲ ಪಾರಮಾರ್ಥಿಕವಲ್ಲ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಸೇ. ದ ಪ್ರಮಾತೃತ್ವಂ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಪ್ರಮೇಯ, ಆಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ತ್ರಿಪುಟಿ is there in our empirical life, but all this triputi, pramatru, pramana, prameya doesn't exist in the paramarthika satya. That means it is only due to adhyasa that you find pramana, prameya, vyavahara. That means it is only due to adhyasa. In the absence of adhyasa, there is only paramarthika satyam brahma matram and no vyavahara. See, this is the difference. The vyavahara is within adhyasa. Within adhyasa has its own reality. Within adhyasa has its own reality and all that. But in the absolute sense, neither there is vyavahara. The vyavahara doesn't have satyatvam. Vyavahara doesn't exist from the standpoint of paramartha. Paramartha is avyavaharyam. Therefore, the vyavaharik pramana prameya vyavahara is not rejected by us. This is what we discussed. ಇಷ್ಟುವರೆಗೂ ನಾವು ಹಿಂದಿನ ಪಾಠಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಈಗ ಇವತ್ತಿಂದ ನೋಡೋಣ. ನಾನು ವೇತದ ಯುಕ್ತಂ. ಪೂರ್ವಪಕ್ಷಿ ಸೇಸ್ ಇದು ಸರಿಯಲ್ಲ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಸತ್ಯದ್ವಯ ಅಸಂಭವಾತ್. ಈ ಎರಡು ಸತ್ಯಗಳೆಂಬುದು ಹೊಂದುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ದೇರ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಬಿ ಟೂ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟೀಸ್. ದೇರ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಬಿ ಟೂ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಸ್. ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಎನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಸತ್ಯ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಇರವು ಎಂದರ್ಥ. ಹಿ ಸೇಸ್ ಅದೇನು, ಎರಡು ಸತ್ಯಗಳು ಇರುವ ಹಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಎರಡು ಇರುವೆಗಳು, ಎರಡು ಸತ್ಯಗಳು ಇರುವ ಹಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ದೇರ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಬಿ ಟೂ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಸ್, ದೇರ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಬಿ ಟೂ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟೀಸ್. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದ ಆಕ್ಷೇಪ, ದ ಅಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್. ಓಹ್ ಸಾರಿ, ದಿಸ್ ನಾನು ಆನೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ.
Okay. Every day some mistake happens. Just a minute.
This I record so far went on without plugging this mic.
Now I think I just plugged it. Now people can hear better. Earlier I didn't put this mic to this YouTube. I think for a few minutes, I think 15-20 minutes, it was a very low voice. Now they can hear. Okay. Now we just say today's topic. Only we have reviewed what we discussed in the previous class. Now we proceed. Purvapakshi or somebody objects like this, that this is not right. This is not acceptable. What is that? There can't be two existences or two realities. ಎರಡು ಸತ್ಯತ್ವಗಳು, ಎರಡು ಇರವುಗಳು ಇರುವ ಹಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆವಿದ್ಯಕಂ ಚೇತ್ ಸತ್ಯತ್ವಂ ಕಥಂ. ಇಫ್ ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ವಿದಿನ್ ಅಧ್ಯಾಸ, ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಪಾರಮಾರ್ಥಿಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್, ಅನದರ್ ಈಸ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಅಧ್ಯಾಸ. ಯು ಸೇ ಒಂದು ಪಾರಮಾರ್ಥಿಕ ಸತ್ಯ, ಒಂದು ಅಧ್ಯಾಸ ಮೂಲಕ ತೋರುವ ಸತ್ಯ. ಸತ್ಯ ಅಂದರೆ ಇರವು. ಒಂದು ಅಧ್ಯಾಸ ಮೂಲಕ ಇರವು ಒಂದು, ಅಧ್ಯಾಸಕ್ಕೆ ಅತೀತವಾಗಿ ಅಧ್ಯಾಸವಿಲ್ಲದೆ ತಾನಾಗಿ ಇರುವ ಇರವು ಒಂದು. ದೆರ್ ಆರ್ ಟೂ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಯು ಟಾಕ್ಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್. ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಧ್ಯಾಸ. ಇನ್ ದ ಆಬ್ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಧ್ಯಾಸ, ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಧ್ಯಾಸ ಈಸ್ ಬೆಟರ್. ಅನದರ್ ಈಸ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಅಧ್ಯಾಸ, ವಿದಿನ್ ಅಧ್ಯಾಸ. ಅನದರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್, ಅನದರ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ is within avidya or within adhyasa. So since you told like that, the Purvapakshi, keeping these in view, he argues, he says, avidyakam chet satyatvam katham. If it is due to avidya, If it is due to adhyasa, how can you call it as a reality? What is due to ignorance can't be real. What really exists alone can be existence, can be real. You say it is due to misunderstanding. If what is due to misunderstanding, if what is within adhyasa, how can you call it real? ಯಾವುದು ಆಧ್ಯಾಸಿಕವಾಗಿರುತ್ತದೋ, ಅವಿದ್ಯದಿಂದ ತೋರುವ ಸತ್ಯವಿರುತ್ತದೋ ಅದು ಸತ್ಯವು ಹೇಗಾಗುತ್ತದೆ? ಒಂದು ಅಧ್ಯಾಸಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರವಾಗಿ, ಪಾರಮಾರ್ಥಿಕ ಸತ್ತ ಅಧ್ಯಾಸಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರವಾಗಿದೆ ಎಂದು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಹೌದದು ಒಪ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಧ್ಯಾಸಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರವಾಗಿದೆ, ಆಯಿತು ಒಪ್ತೀವಿ. ಆದರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನೀವೇನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಿ? ಅಧ್ಯಾಸ ಮೂಲಕವೇ, ಅಧ್ಯಾಸದಲ್ಲೇ ಇರುವ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಂದು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಅದು ಹೇಗೆ ಹೊಂದುತ್ತದೆ ಎನ್ನುವುದು ಅವರ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ. ಹೌ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಎ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಬಿ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಇಗ್ನೊರೆನ್ಸ್? ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆಯಿಂದ, ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಯುವರ್ ಇಗ್ನೊರೆನ್ಸ್, ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಯುವರ್ ಮಿಸ್ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್, ಕೆನ್ ದೇರ್ ಬಿ ಎನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್? ಯು ಟೆಲ್ ಮಿ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮಿಸ್ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್? ಅಧ್ಯಾಸ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು? ಅವಿದ್ಯೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು? ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ತೋರುವುದು ಅಲ್ಲವೇ? ಇಲ್ಲದಿದ್ದರೂ ಹಾಗೆ ಇದ್ದಂತೆ ಅನಿಸಿಕೆಯೇ ಅವಿದ್ಯೆ. ವಾಟ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಬಟ್ ಅಪಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ದೇರ್, ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅವಿದ್ಯೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಸೇ ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ, ವ್ಯಾವಹಾರಿಕ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಅವಿದ್ಯ. ಅವಿದ್ಯ ಮೂಲಕ ಒಂದು ಸತ್ತ ಇದೆ. ಅವಿದ್ಯ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಎಂದರ್ಥ. ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ ಅವಿದ್ಯ ಮೂಲಕ ಒಂದು ಸತ್ತ ಇದೆ ಎಂದು. ಅವಿದ್ಯ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಸೇ ದಟ್ it is avidya mulaka existence, an existence, a reality due to ignorance. One is rope, for example, let us take, one is rope, another is a snake. Rope is there, that we know, and there is a snake. Snake is due to ignorance, therefore there are two existences, two realities. One exists without any misunderstanding, another exists under misunderstanding. Once you say it is misunderstanding, how can snake be existing entity? ಸ್ನೇಕ್ಗೆ, ಸರ್ಪಕ್ಕೆ ಸತ್ಯತ್ವ ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತದೆ? ಸರ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ಭ್ರಾಂತಿ ಎಂದು ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಭ್ರಾಂತಿಗೆ ಇರುವಿಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತದೆ? ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಎರಡು ಸತ್ಯಗಳು ಎಂಬುವುದು ಹೇಗೆ? ಪೂರ್ವಪಕ್ಷಿ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. ದ ಪೂರ್ವಪಕ್ಷಿಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಹೌ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ದ ಎಂಪಿರಿಕಲ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಈಸ್ ಅ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ? ಯು ಸೇ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಅವಿದ್ಯಾ, it is due to ignorance, it is due to adhyasa, it is due to misunderstanding. What is due to misunderstanding? It doesn't exist. And you say it is an empirical reality, it is an existence, another kind of existence. How can you say it is due to ignorance? Due to ignorance means it is a matter of ignorance. It is avidya, at the same time reality. Isn't it contradiction? Empirical reality, you say, is a reality. First you say it is due to ignorance, it is avidyakam. Again you say it is an existence. What is due to misunderstanding, or what itself is a misunderstanding? How can it be a real? How can there be something? If it is a misunderstanding, it doesn't exist. If it exists, it can't be misunderstanding. See, Purvapaksh's point is good. ಅದು ಸತ್ಯವಾದರೆ ಅದು ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ ಆದರೆ ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಎಂದರ್ಥ. ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆಯಿಂದ ಇರುವ ಇರುವಿಕೆ, ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆಯಿಂದ ಉಂಟಾಗುವ ಇರುವಿಕೆ. ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆಯಿಂದ ಇರುವಿಕೆ ಹೇಗಾಗ್ತದೆ? ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲವೇ ಎಂದರ್ಥ ಅಲ್ಲವೇ? ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆಗೆ ಅತೀತವಾಗಿ ಯಾವುದಿದೆಯೋ, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಿಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಧ್ಯಾಸ, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಿಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಿಸ್ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್, ದಟ್ ಅಲೋನ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಕಾಂಟ್ ಸೇ ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಟೂ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟೀಸ್. ಎರಡು ಸತ್ಯಗಳು, ಒಂದೇನೋ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಇರುವ ಸತ್ಯ ಒಂದು ತಪ್ಪು ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ ಸತ್ಯ ಒಂದು. ಇದು ಏನಪ್ಪ, ಎರಡು ಸತ್ಯಗಳಾಗುತ್ತವೆ. ಒಂದು ನಿಜವಾಗಿದೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದರಿಂದ ಅದು ಇದೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಎಂದು ಅದು ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದೇನು? One you say it is a reality, it is existing. Another is doesn't exist, and that is a second reality. What doesn't exist, how can that constitute a second reality? What doesn't exist? Yeah, satyam chet tasya avidyakatvam kathamiti na janimo vayam. If it is satyam, see, if the empirical reality, if there is a ವ್ಯಾವಹಾರಿಕ reality is a satyam, ವ್ಯಾವಹಾರಿಕ ಸತ್ಯವೆಂಬುದು ಸತ್ಯವಾದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಅವಿದ್ಯೆಯಿಂದ ಏಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ? ಪೂರ್ವಪಕ್ಷಿ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಸಿ, ಪೂರ್ವಪಕ್ಷಿ's question is very good. If it is due to ignorance, don't call it reality. Don't call empirical as reality. There is only one reality. If it is reality, then don't call it as due to ignorance. Once it is reality, then it is there. It is there. Don't call it due to ignorance. So, Vyavaharika Satyam can't be another Satyam, another reality. If it is reality, don't call it as due to ignorance. Or if it is due to ignorance, then don't call it reality. How can you call this? See, this point is good. Avidyakam chet satyatvam katham. Satyam chet tasya avidyakameva katham iti na janimo vayam. We are unable to understand this contradiction when you are talking about nahi ayam satya shabdaha tatvika atatvikayoh padartayoh sadharano bhavitumarhati. See, ಪೂರ್ವಪಕ್ಷಿ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂವಿಂಗ್. ಪೂರ್ವಪಕ್ಷಿ ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೇಳುತ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದೆರಡು ವಾಕ್ಯ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಪೂರ್ವಪಕ್ಷಿ ಮುಗಿಸಿದ ನಂತರ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಿ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಟು ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಓಕೆ, ನಹಿ ಅಯಂ ಸತ್ಯ ಶಬ್ದ, ದ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ, ದ ವರ್ಡ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ, ತಾತ್ವಿಕ ಅತಾತ್ವಿಕಯೋ ಪದಾರ್ಥಯೋ ಸಾಧಾರಣೋ ಭವಿತುಮರ್ಹತಿ. ದ ವರ್ಡ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ, ಸತ್ಯ ಎಂಬ ಮಾತು ನೀವು ಬಳಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ತಾತ್ವಿಕ ಸತ್ಯ, ಅತಾತ್ವಿಕ ಸತ್ಯ. ಒನ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ರಿಯಲ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ, ಅನದರ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ರಿಯಲ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ. You can't use the word reality in two meanings. Okay? You can't use it for two things. One is reality. The word reality should be used for reality alone. You can't say there is a common thing. One is a real reality, another is unreal reality. See, the reality cannot be a common word for both these things. ಸತ್ಯ ಎಂಬುದು ಎರಡಕ್ಕೆ ಸಮಾನ ಶಬ್ದವೂ ಆಗುವ ಹಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದು ತಾತ್ವಿಕ ಸತ್ಯ ಎಂದು, ಎಂದು ಕಲ್ಪಿತ ಸತ್ಯ ಎಂದು, ತಾತ್ವಿಕ ಸತ್ಯ ಎಂದು, ಮಿಥ್ಯಾ ಸತ್ಯ ಎಂದು ಎರಡು ಸತ್ಯಗಳಿರುತ್ತವ? ತಾತ್ವಿಕ ಸತ್ಯ ಒಂದಂತೆ, ಮಿಥ್ಯಾ ಸತ್ಯ. ಮಿಥ್ಯಾ ಅಂದರೆ ಸತ್ಯ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಆಯ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ? ಸತ್ಯವು ಎರಡು ಬಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತದೆ. ಸತ್ಯ ಶಬ್ದವನ್ನು ನಿಜವಾದ ಸತ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ, ಮಿಥ್ಯವಾಗಿರುವುದಕ್ಕೂ ಸತ್ಯ ಬಳಸಬಹುದಾ? ಮಿಥ್ಯವಾಗಿರುವುದಕ್ಕೆಯೂ ಸತ್ಯ ಶಬ್ದ ಬಳಸಬಹುದಾ? ಹಾಗೆ ಸತ್ಯವನ್ನು ಎರಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬಳಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರೇನು? ಕೆನ್ ವಿ ಯೂಸ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಫಾರ್ ದ ರಿಯಲ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ, ಅನದರ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ. ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅನ್ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ. ಕೆನ್ ಯು ಯೂಸ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ reality for both reality and unreality? Is the word applicable? Is the word a common word? Can you use it commonly for both reality and unreality? Can you say that the rope is and snake also is? Can you use that the existence, rope exists and snake also exists? Can you use the existence word common to rope and snake? See, Purvapakshi is objecting. His objection is good because he is very intelligent. ಪೂರ್ವಪಕ್ಷಿ ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತ, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಹಗ್ಗ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಪ್ತಿವೆ ಹೊರತು, ಹಾವು ಇದೆ ಎಂಬುದು, ಇದೆ ಎಂಬ ಮಾತು, ಇರವು ಎಂಬ ಮಾತು ಹಗ್ಗಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾವುಕ್ಕೆ ಎರಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬಳಸಬಹುದಾ? ಎರಡಕ್ಕೆ ಸಮಾನವಾಗುತ್ತದೆ? ಹಾಗೇಕೆ ಆಗುತ್ತದೆ? ನೀವು ಹಾಗೇಕೆ ಬಳಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ? ಪೂರ್ವಪಕ್ಷ ಅಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಅಮ್ಮೋ, ಕೆಲವೊಮ್ಮೆ ಪೂರ್ವಪಕ್ಷ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತನಾಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಸಮಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಪೂರ್ವಪಕ್ಷ ಇಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆಂಟ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಿ. ಸಿ, ಪೂರ್ವಪಕ್ಷ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆಂಟ್. ಹಿ ಇಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಚಿಂಗ್ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಿ ಹಿಯರ್. ತಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಯದಿ ಪಾರಮಾರ್ಥಿಕಂ ಸತ್ಯತ್ವಂ ನಾಸ್ತಿ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಪ್ರಮೇಯ ವ್ಯವಹಾರಸ್ಯ. ತಸ್ಮಾತ್ ಯದಿ ಪಾರಮಾರ್ಥಿಕಂ ಸತ್ಯತ್ವಂ ನಾಸ್ತಿ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಪ್ರಮೇಯ ವ್ಯವಹಾರಸ್ಯ ತರ್ಹಿ ಮಿಥ್ಯೈವ ಸಾ ಇತಿ ವಕ್ತವ್ಯಮಿತಿ ಚೇತ್. Then if pramana prameya vyavahara has no reality, has no paramarthik reality, pramata pramana prameya, ಪ್ರಮಾತ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಪ್ರಮೇಯ ಈ ಮೂರಕ್ಕೆ ಪಾರಮಾರ್ಥಿಕ ಸತ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲವೇ ಇಲ್ಲದಿದ್ದರೆ ಅದು ಮಿಥ್ಯೆಯೇ ಹೊರತು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸತ್ಯ ಎಂದು ಏಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ? ಯಾವುದು ನಿಜವಾಗಿದೆಯೋ ಅದು ಸತ್ಯ ಆಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಈಗ ಅವಿದ್ಯಾ ಮೂಲಕವಾಗಿದ್ದು ಅದು ಮಿಥ್ಯೆಯೇ ಆಗಬೇಕೇ ಹೊರತು ಅದು ಸತ್ಯವಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಮೇರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸತ್ಯ ಎಂದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಏಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ? ದ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಈಸ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅವಿದ್ಯಾ, which doesn't depend upon adhyasa, but you are telling the pramata pramana prameya, this transactional relational or let us say the relational appearance, the relational experience, if it doesn't have reality, the pramata pramana prameya has no reality, then better call them as mithya only. Let us call them as mithya. Don't give any reality to it. Okay? If the pramata pramana prameya are only mithya, is mithya. That's all. It is mithya, is mithya. Say only there is one satyam. Only one satyam, that is paramarthika satyam, the real reality, and the pramata pramana prameya vyavahara. If they are not real, then call it mithya. Say clearly satyam and mithya. Don't use it a double language. What is real is real. What is mithya is mithya. That's all. ಯಾವುದು ಸತ್ಯವೋ ಅದು ಸತ್ಯ, ಯಾವುದು ಮಿಥ್ಯೆಯೋ ಮಿಥ್ಯೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಹೊರತು ಮಿಥ್ಯೆಯು ಸತ್ಯ ಮತ್ತು ಸತ್ಯವೂ ಸತ್ಯ, ಈ ಮಿಥ್ಯಕ್ಕೂ ಸತ್ಯ ಹೇಳುವುದು ಮಿಥ್ಯ ಹೇಳುವುದು ಈ ಡಬಲ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಏನು? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಡಬಲ್ ಮಾತುಗಳೇನು ಅಲ್ಲವೇ? ವೈ ಡು ಯು ಯೂಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡಬಲ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಟೂ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್? ಯು ಕಾಲ್ Vyavaharikam is a mithya and also satyam. What is this? If it is satyam, then don't call it mithya. Then if it is mithya, then don't call it satyam. There is only one satyam, that is a real reality, and vyavahara is mithya and is mithya. That's all. Mithya is mithya. You can never call it satyam. How do you do that? Therefore, nahtari mithyaiva saha iti vaktavyam. Call it only mithya. The entire vyavahara, pramatru pramana prameya, all this vyavahara, call it mithya. Why do you call it satyam again? Because satyam is not a common word for satyam and mithya. ಏನಪ್ಪ, ಕೆನ್ ಯು ಸತ್ಯವೆಂಬ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಸತ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಮಿಥ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಎರಡಕ್ಕೆ ಸತ್ಯ ಎಂದು ಮಾತು ಬಳಸಬಹುದಾ? ಹಗ್ಗಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾವುಕ್ಕೆ ಎರಡೂ ಇವೆ ಎಂದು ಹೇಳಬಹುದಾ? ಹಗ್ಗನೂ ಸತ್ಯ, ಹಾವು ಸತ್ಯ. ಹಾವು ಸತ್ಯ ಆದರೆ ಇನ್ನು ಹಾವು ಹೇಳುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದೇ ಸತ್ಯ ಹೇಳಿಬಿಡು. ಅದು ಮಿಥ್ಯ ಆದರೂ ಅದು ಸತ್ಯ. ಇದೇನಪ್ಪ? ಪೂರ್ವಪಕ್ಷಿ ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತ. ನ ತರ್ಹಿ ತಸ್ಮಾದ್ ಯದಿ ಪಾರಮಾರ್ಥಿಕಂ ಸತ್ಯತ್ವಂ ನಾಸ್ತಿ, ಇಫ್ ದರ್ ಈಸ್ ನೋ ರಿಯಲ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಟು ದ ಪ್ರಮಾಣ ಪ್ರಮೇಯ ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ರಿಯಲ್, then better call it mithya only, unreal alone. Never give another reality to it. There is only one real, that's all. Vyavahara is unreal. Okay. Iti chet, this is Purvapakshi. Iti chet. Now Siddhanti replies, Bhava anavigno bhavan. Sir, you have misunderstood. ನಾವು ಹೇಳುತ್ತಿರುವ ಭಾವವೇನೋ ನೀವು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮ ಹೃದಯಗತ ಭಾವ. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ಅವರ್ ರಿಯಲ್ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್, ಅವರ್ ರಿಯಲ್ ಐಡಿಯಾ. ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಟ್ರೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಸೇ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕಾಟ್ ಇಟ್, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ನಾವು ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಟು ಯು. ನಹಿ ವ್ಯಾವಹಾರಿಕಂ ಸತ್ಯಮಿತಿ ಸತ್ಯ ವಿಶೇಷಂ ಬ್ರೂಮಃ. ನೋಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. When we say vyavaharic empirical reality, we are not calling it as another reality. ವ್ಯಾವಹಾರಿಕ ಸತ್ಯ ಅಂದರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬಗೆಯಾದ ಸತ್ಯ ಎಂದು ಹೇಳಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು, ನಾವು ಹೇಳಿದ ಮಾತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಪ್ಪಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ನಾವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ನಿನ್ನ ಹಾಗೆ ಸತ್ಯ ಇಸ್ ಸತ್ಯ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸತ್ಯವು ಸತ್ಯವೇ, ಒಂದೇ ಸತ್ಯ, ಅದು ಒಪ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ನಾವು ಹೇಳುವುದದೇ. We also say the same thing. There is reality and only one reality. There are no two realities. We only told what is real and real, that's all. You said what is really real alone is real. Yes, we also admit, we also mean the same thing. Reality alone is reality. So, nahi vyavaharik, but when we told empirical reality, we didn't mean there is another reality, another degree of reality, another, people say there is a second reality, tentative reality, temporary reality, another degree of reality. ಇದು ತಾತ್ಕಾಲಿಕ ಸತ್ಯವೆಂದು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸತ್ಯವೆಂದು, ಕೆಳಮಟ್ಟದ ಸತ್ಯವೆಂದು ಹೀಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಕೆಳಮಟ್ಟದ ಸತ್ಯ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬಗೆಯಾದ ಸತ್ಯ, ವ್ಯಾವಹಾರಿಕ ಸತ್ಯ, ಇದು ಏನಿದು? ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಿ ಸೇಸ್ ನಾವು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸತ್ಯ ಇದೆ ಎಂದು. ವಿ ಡಿಂಟ್ ಸೇ ದಟ್ ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಅನದರ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ, ಅನದರ್ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಆಫ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ, ಲೋವರ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ, ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಟಿವ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ, ಲೆಸ್ಸರ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ. ವಿ ನೆವರ್ ಸೆಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಅಲ್ಲವೇ? ನಾವು ಕೆಳಮಟ್ಟದ ಸತ್ಯ ಎಂದು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬಗೆಯಾದ ಸತ್ಯ ಎಂದು ಇಂಥದ್ದು ಯಾವುದು ಹೇಳಲಿಲ್ಲ ನಾವು. ವ್ಯಾವಹಾರಿಕ ಸತ್ಯವೆಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಅರ್ಥದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯವಲ್ಲ. ಸತ್ಯ ಸತ್ಯವೇ. ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ ಈಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್. ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಯು ಟೋಲ್ಡ್, ವಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಸೇ ದೆರ್ ಈಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ, ಒನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಅಲೋನ್. ದೆನ್ ವೆನ್ ವಿ ಸೇ ಎಂಪಿರಿಕಲ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ, ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಮೀನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಡಿಷನಲ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ. అతిరిక్తవాద సత్య, అదనపు సత్యం కాదు, ఇంకొక సత్యం కాదు, తక్కువ స్థాయి సత్యం కాదు, తాత్కాలిక సత్యం అని కాదు. మరి అదేమిటి? సత్యం ఒకటే ఒకటి, ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಸತ್ಯ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕೆಳಮಟ್ಟದ ಸತ್ಯ, ತಾತ್ಕಾಲಿಕ ಸತ್ಯ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬಗೆಯಾದ ಸತ್ಯ, ಲೆಸ್ಸರ್ ಸತ್ಯ. ವಿ ಡಿಂಟ್ ಮೀನ್ ದಟ್. ದೆನ್ ವಾಟ್? ನಹಿ ವ್ಯಾವಹಾರಿಕಂ ಸತ್ಯವಿತಿ ಸತ್ಯವಿಶೇಷಂ ಬ್ರೂಮಃ. How Swamiji so clearly he says, when we say empirical reality, we don't mean another alternative reality, parallel reality, lesser reality. We don't mean anything. Kintarhi, some people say dependent reality, or they say tentative reality, dependent reality. None of them. There is only one reality. Kintarhi ಯತ್ ಸತ್ಯಮಿತಿ ವ್ಯವಹ್ರಿಯತೆ ಪ್ರಾಮಾಣಿಕೈಸ್ತನ್ನಿರ್ದಿಶಾಮಃ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಟೇಕನ್ ಟು ಬಿ ರಿಯಲ್, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್. ಸತ್ಯಮೆಂದು ಅನಿಸುತ್ತದೆ, ಸತ್ಯಮೆಂದು ಅನಿಸಿಕೆಯೇ ಹೊರತು ಒಂದು ನಿಜವಾಗಿದೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅನಿಸಿಕೆಯೇ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸತ್ಯವೇನಿಲ್ಲ. ತಾತ್ಕಾಲಿಕ ಸತ್ಯವಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬಗೆ ಸತ್ಯ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ಯಾರಲಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಸತ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಸತ್ಯ ಇರುತ್ತದೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅನಿಸಿಕೆ ಇದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸತ್ಯ ಎಂದು ಅನಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. ಹೌ ಟು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಟ್ ದಟ್ ವರ್ಡ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಎ ಮಿನಿಟ್. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮಿಸ್ಡ್ ದ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್, ಭಾವ ಅನವಿಜ್ಞೋ ಭವಾನ್. ಸರ್, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಮಿಸ್ಡ್ ದ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ಟು ಕನ್ವೆ. By empirical reality, we do not mean another kind of reality, or tentative reality, temporary reality, additional reality. We don't mean another kind of reality, but only what is treated as real by those who go by the pramanas. ಪ್ರಮಾಣದಿಂದ ಪ್ರಮಾಣವನ್ನು ಬಳಸುವವರು ಪ್ರಮಾಣವೆಂದು ದೇ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಇಟ್, ಪ್ರಮಾಣವೆಂದು ಅವರು ಭಾವಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. They treat it as a reality, but not reality. Reality is one. People, because the second reality always creates confusion. The second reality, empirical reality, vyavaharik reality, dependent reality, tentative reality, this creates a confusion. There is no reality. Okay, there is only one reality. Therefore, here Swamiji says, bhava anavigno bhavan ನಹಿ ವ್ಯಾವಹಾರಿಕಂ ಸತ್ಯಮಿತಿ ಸತ್ಯವಿಶೇಷಂ ಬ್ರೂಮಃ. ವಿ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಬೈ ಎಂಪಿರಿಕಲ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ, ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಮೀನ್ ಅನದರ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ, ಅನದರ್ ಕೈಂಡ್, ಅಡಿಷನಲ್, ಟೆಂಪರರಿ. ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಅನದರ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ, ದೆರ್ ಇಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ರಿಯಾಲಿಟಿ. ಓಕೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬಗೆಯಾದ ಸತ್ಯ ಎಂದು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡರು. ವ್ಯಾವಹಾರಿಕ ಸತ್ಯ ಅಂದರೆ, ವ್ಯಾವಹಾರಿಕ ಸತ್ಯ ಅಂದರೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬಗೆಯಾದ ಸತ್ಯ ಅಲ್ಲ, ತಾತ್ಕಾಲಿಕ ಸತ್ಯ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವುದು ಮತ್ತೆ? ಏನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಕಿಂತರ್ಹಿ ಯತ್ ಸತ್ಯತ್ವಮಿತಿ ವ್ಯವಹ್ರಿಯತೆ. ಆ ಮಾತಿನಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ. ವ್ಯಾವಹಾರಿಕ ಸತ್ಯ ಅಂದರೆ ಸತ್ಯವೆಂದು ಭಾವಿಸಲ್ಪಡುತ್ತದೆ. ವ್ಯವಹ್ರಿಯತೆ ಪ್ರಾಮಾಣಿಕೈಸ್ತನ್ನರ್ದಿಶಾಮಃ. We are only referring to what is taken, what is treated as real, that's all. What people are taking it as real, that's all. There is only one reality. Therefore, we don't mean another kind of reality, but only what is treated as real by the pramanikaihi dannishamaha. We only refer to what is taken as real by somebody. Somebody took it to be real, but it is not. It is only for his standpoint. He felt it like that. We are only referring to what he feels. We are only referring to what he feels. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅನಿಸಿರುವ ಅನಿಸಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ವ್ಯಾವಹಾರಿಕ ಸತ್ಯ ಅಂದರೆ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಅನಿಸುವ ಸತ್ಯ ಎಂದು ಅನಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. ಅವರು ಹಾಗೆ ಭಾವಿಸುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವರು ಭಾವಿಸುವುದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಒಂದು ಸಲ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಹೊರತು ಅದೊಂದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸತ್ಯ ಎಂದು ನಾವು ಹೇಳಲಿಲ್ಲ. ವಿ ಆರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ರೆಫರಿಂಗ್ ಟು ವಾಟ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ರಿಯಲ್, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್. We are only referring to their understanding, their feelings, that's all. But really, what really exists is only one. Okay. See, kim tarhi satyamiti vyavahriyate pramanikaihi tannirdishamaha. It is only a vyavahara. Vyavahara means what? They talk of it. They think as if it is there. They only think, that's all. It is only their thinking. This is what they think about it, as if it is real. They only think of it as if it is real, that's all. We are only referring to their thinking, not giving another reality. People say it is a dependent reality, borrowed reality. Abba, it is not an additional reality, borrowed reality. I don't know how. I think I should note down all these things, how we use the words, and these words confuse us. Okay. Dependent reality, borrowed reality. I forget my own names which I give. Additional reality, temporary reality, then degree of reality, secondary degree of reality, another degree of reality. See, these words confuse. Confuse means what? You start thinking that there is another existence, there is another reality. In addition to one Brahman, in addition to one truth. To help you to understand, there is no second, there is only one real, and real is real, that's all. What is real alone is real. What exists, exists. Then everything else is taken to be. You take, we are only referring to his thinking, that's all. His feelings, his thinking we are referring to. We are not giving a reality to it, nor we are accepting it as a real. Neither we are giving reality to it, nor we are accepting as a reality, whatever kind of reality. Whatever kind, we are not accepting it as another kind, another type of reality. We are only referring to his thinking that he thinks it to be a real. That's all. It is only his thinking we are referring, not to another reality. I think I have communicated. I have not confused further. So, ಸತ್ಯ ಎಂಬುದು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅವರ ಅನಿಸಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾವ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅವರ ಅನಿಸಿಕೆಯನ್ನು, ಕೆಲವರ ಅನಿಸಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಹೊರತು ಅದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸತ್ಯ ಎಂಬುದು, ತಾತ್ಕಾಲಿಕ ಸತ್ಯ ಎಂಬುದು, ವ್ಯಾವಹಾರಿಕವೆಂಬುದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬಗೆಯಾದ ಸತ್ಯವೆಂಬುದು ನಮ್ಮ ತಾತ್ಪರ್ಯ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯವಲ್ಲ. ಸತ್ಯವು ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲವೇ? ನಹಿ ವ್ಯಾವಹಾರಿಕಂ ಸತ್ಯಮಿತಿ ಸತ್ಯವಿಶೇಷಂ ಬ್ರೂಮಃ. ಸಿ ಹೌ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಸ್ ಮನನ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ ಅಮೇಝಿಂಗ್. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಶಂಕರ, anyway, this is my feeling. You may not like it. I leave it to you. After Shankara, I think you won't find another Shankara like Sachidanandendra Swamiji. See the amount of thinking. Because I tell you, even Akhandananda Swamiji, who is a popular, well-known all over North India. Even North India, even South India, there is nobody who doesn't know Akhandananda Swamiji. Even he told, what he commented about Swamiji? Udiya Babaji's disciple, Akhandananda Swamiji. He should have become Shankaracharya. He was asked, but he didn't become. He was given sannyasa to become Shankaracharya. He rejected it. So, but he is well known. Even our Shringeri Shankaracharya would respect him, is equal to me. You see, our Shringeri Vidyatirtha Swamiji, earlier he left his body, previous one, he would say, he is equal to me. Akhandananda Swamiji was equal to me. He would say that. Such Akhandananda Swamiji says about Sachidananda Swamiji, is Kali Yuga mein itna gambhir chintan. In this Kali Yuga, such a deep thinking even in this Kali Yuga is amazing. He told about Sachidananda Swamiji is an Ucha Koti ka Chintak, such a greatest thinker is a rare to find. I find is even in this Kali Yuga, what a thinking, what a clarity of thinking, what a deep thinking. So even such an Akhandananda Swamiji, who himself is considered as a greatest Vedantin in whole North India, and he appreciates, why North India, all over India, and he appreciates Swamiji, and I feel you don't find such a thinker after Shankara. After Shankara, he is the only one. Probably he is another Shankaracharya. Anyway, this is my feeling. I leave it to you. Each one has his own way of showing your respect to Swamiji or forming your own opinion. We only talk of the truth. We only explain Vedanta, point out. ವೇದಾಂತ ಸತ್ಯವನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸುವುದು. ನೀವು ಅನುಭವಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಹೊಂದುತ್ತದೋ you understand. We leave it to you. But regarding this Swamiji, this is my personal feeling. If you also agree with me, we are happy. Otherwise, it's okay. Doesn't matter. Whatever feeling you have. So, is another Shankara. Nothing but he is the one who has understood, who placed himself exactly in place of Shankara. Exactly the Shankara's heart has reincarnated. Shankara's heart has reincarnated. Because every word, every sentence, after Swamiji's explanation, you read the context of Shankara Bhashya, you feel that this is exactly Shankara's heart. And it can't be anything else. You try different ways. We tried also many places. Sometimes Swamiji explained that Shankara statement in what particular way. I used to feel, is it true? Swamiji explained it differently. Again, you try to read and reread 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. Then ultimately you come, Swamiji alone is correct. Is correctly fits in. His Swamiji's explanation exactly fits in Shankara's. I think such an amazing thinking. It won't come unless you totally surrender to Shankara Bhashya. Swamiji would feel Shankara Bhashya is Shankaracharya's avatara. Shankara Bhashya is Shankaracharya's avatara. Swamiji totally surrendered to Shankara Bhashya. He allowed every sentence, every word to appear, to shine in his heart. He gave the sufficient time. He dwelt on the each sentence, each word. He allowed that sentence to reveal itself. He didn't make any haste. No, didn't carry any prejudice. He just allowed the sentence to reveal itself. Just to pay attention, patiently, lovingly, with all dedication, with all openness. Allow, again and again and again and again, just to pay attention. The sentence, Bhashya sentence, reveals its meaning on its own. Then what it reveals is just noted down. Requires a lot of openness, infinite openness. Just a singular absence of prejudice. Total surrender to Shankara Bhashyam, Shankaracharya. That is Swamiji's greatness. He totally erased himself, became like a mirror. He just made himself a mirror and put in front of Shankara Bhashya. And just Shankara Bhashya itself reveals on its own. In fact, when people asked, he would tell the same thing. I only pray to him. I surrender to him. It is Shankaracharya himself reveals. Somebody asked, how are you able to interpret Shankara Bhashyam so perfectly, so correctly, which nobody can deny, nobody can reject it. It exactly fits in with your Anubhava. How are you able to interpret that? Swamiji says, I only I only offer myself to Shankara. Whatever he reveals to me, I am just presenting in front of you. Then Swamiji says, this reveals, this has got one good message, that everybody can study Shankara Bhashya with that openness, with that unprejudiced mind. We all can understand Shankara Bhashya in the same way if we also openly, with all our openness, surrender to Shankara Bhashya. Shankara Bhashya can reveal to us too, if you don't carry any prejudice. That's one condition, that's important condition. You leave your heart in front of Bhashya. Bhashyakara is sufficiently clear. What he wants to say, he himself explains in the following statements. Two things I can say. Shankara himself explained either in the previous portion, if particular sentence you need to understand, you go to the previous few sentences, or go to the following sentences. Somewhere he himself explains. Explains means he leaves some clue to what he means. He gives a very good, very clear, sufficient clue in the following sentences, or in the preceding sentences or following sentences. Or another alternative, second one is, he explains the same idea in another context of Prasthanatrayi Bhashya. You refer the entire Prasthanatrayi Bhashya, the same idea occurs in more than one place. Idea is same. For example, Adhyasa. Adhyasa comes more than in one place in Prasthanatrayi Bhashya. In Gita Bhashya, 13th chapter, same Adhyasa Bhashya, sentences with a slight wordings are different. The same idea of Adhyasa, exactly he touches in Gita Bhashya. So with the help of other contexts, you can understand. This is the second. First thing is, see the previous and later sentences. If you want to understand a given sentence, if it is not sufficiently clear, then you are looking for what could be Shankara's intention, idea here. You just look for the previous sentences, few of them, and go to the following sentences. Somewhere he leaves the clue, or he himself explains. He himself explains, or he leaves the clue somewhere there. First one. Second one, you look at the whole Prasthanatrayi Bhashya. Elsewhere in some place he explains. The same idea occurs in another place. If not one, at least 2, 3 more places. Somewhere it becomes clear. Second point. Third point now. I found these are the 3 methods Swamiji has used. What is the third point? Third method, what Shankara doesn't explain. He just uses the word and leaves it. He just doesn't explain. That means he is referring to the universal fact. What is universally well known, he need not explain. That means it is a universal experience. Nobody need to quarrel. There is no dispute about it. Such facts alone he touches. He doesn't explain. He uses the word. What is universal? What is a matter of universal experience? He need not discuss. He need not debate. He just can take it for granted because it is universally. Nobody need to take a stand about it. So 3 points I found. If you also read Bhashya, you follow this way, 3 ways. You use these 3 methods, you will also understand. Swamiji says the same thing. Bhashyas are here lying. Let everybody study Bhashya directly. You will also come to the same conclusion as I have done it. Because I have not imposed anything. I just left it to Bhashyakara. Shankaracharya himself reveals patiently. Again and again contemplate. Again. Just patiently wait. He himself goes to another level of depth. Deeper. He himself reveals what he means. Because his Bhashya style of writing is very extraordinary, very interesting. He himself gives sufficiently clarity. He doesn't leave out anything for others to add their own ideas into it. He didn't leave anything. Shankaracharya did not leave anything for others to add something there. Because he himself explains. Some place, somewhere, Swamiji felt the same thing. Shankara is complete in himself. Shankara Bhashya, if you take Prasthanatrayi Bhashyam and Upadesha Sahasri, this Prasthanatrayi Bhashyam and Upadesha Sahasri is complete in itself. It is complete. That means he did not leave out anything whatever is necessary to understand, he did not leave out anything. Everything he explained there itself. In one, if not exactly the same place, slightly before and later, or in another place. Like this he left it. You just repeatedly read complete Prasthanatrayi Bhashya and try to reconcile the various statements. Shankara himself explains himself. Therefore, Swamiji used this maxim. This maxim, that means his own a principle Swamiji has discovered. Let Shankara explain Shankara. Swayam Vyakhyanam. He used this name in his last book. The last book which Swamiji wrote and published when he was alive, the last book which he wrote is Swayam Vyakhyanam, self-explanatory. Self-explanatory means let Shankara explain Shankara. Shankara explains his own statement. His own statements let Shankaracharya himself explain. Swayam Vyakhyatam. He used the word self-explained. Therefore, that is the thing. If you watch, you will find all his points, exactly what he means, are cleared there itself. Okay. Now you see, this second reality, Vyavaharik, empirical reality, doesn't mean there is another reality. Vyavaharika satya andre ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸತ್ಯವಲ್ಲ. ಅದೇನು? ಅದೇ ಇರುವ ಸತ್ಯವನ್ನೇ ತಪ್ಪಾಗಿ ಜನರು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿರುವುದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ತಪ್ಪಾಗಿ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಜನರು ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದನ್ನು ವಿ ಆರ್ ರೆಫರಿಂಗ್, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್. ವಿ ಆರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ರೆಫರಿಂಗ್ ಟು ವಾಟ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಥಿಂಕ್. ಸೊ ಯಥಾ ಹಿ ಅಸತ್ಯಮಿತಿ ನಿಶ್ಚಿತೇಪಿ ಸ್ವಪ್ನ ವ್ಯವಹಾರೇ ತಾತ್ಕಾಲಿಕ ಸತ್ಯಮಿಥ್ಯಾ ವಿಭಾಗೋ ದೃಶ್ಯತೆ. ಹಿ ಗಿವ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಡ್ರೀಮ್. ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ರಿಯಲ್, is a universal fact. Dream is unreal, everybody knows. We don't have to prove it. Do we need to prove that dream is unreal? ಕನಸು, ಸ್ವಪ್ನವು ಸತ್ಯ ಮಿಥ್ಯ ಎಂಬುದು ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಇನ್ನು ಸಿದ್ಧಪಡಿಸಬೇಕಾ? ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ನೋಸ್ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ರಿಯಲ್. ಕನಸು ಮಿಥ್ಯ ಎಂಬುದು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಆದರೆ ಅದು ಮಿಥ್ಯ ಆಗಿದ್ದರೂ, ಮಿಥ್ಯ ಎಂದು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದರೂ, ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಸತ್ಯವೆಂದು ನಾವು ಭಾವಿಸ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾವನೆಯನ್ನು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಸ್ತಾವನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ವ್ಯಾವಹಾರಿಕ ಸತ್ಯ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು? ಅದು ಮಿಥ್ಯೆಯೇ ಆಗಿದ್ದರೂ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಹಾಗೆ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಅನಿಸುವುದನ್ನು ಸತ್ಯ, ವ್ಯಾವಹಾರಿಕ ಸತ್ಯ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಹೊರತು ಇರುವಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ವ್ಯಾವಹಾರಿಕ ಸತ್ಯ ಹೇಳಲಿಲ್ಲ. Empirical reality means what people take it to be so, but it is not another reality. There is only one reality. As for reality, there is only one reality. Another reality means what people take it to be real, we are only referring to it. It is wrongly taken to be real, that's all. It is not an existing reality, it is a taken reality. See, it is considered as a reality. It is treated as a reality. It is felt as a reality, but not existing as another reality, lesser reality, dependent reality, borrowed reality. All this, there is no another kind of reality. The same reality taken as, that's all. It is taken to be real. How Swamiji presents Vyavaharika Satya is beautiful. Because this is the right way. Otherwise, these two realities are adding confusion. So, yatahi, dream is unreal, everybody knows. Yet, dream is taken to be real during the experience of dream. To the dreamer's standpoint, ಸ್ವಪ್ನ ಪುರುಷನ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಪ್ನವಿದೆ ಎಂದು ಅನಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. To the dreamer, it appears to be real. That's all. Nacha swapna satyatvam satyameva bhavati. So since it takes it to be real, that doesn't make it reality. See, the dream is taken to be real, as if I am there as a person, as if there is a world, as if I am looking at it, as if I am perceiving, as if I am experiencing. See, as if you are experiencing, as if you are an experiencer, as if there is a world. All this appears to be there. You only take it that way. That's all. You only conceive it that way. And that doesn't make it as another reality. Okay? This Simple thinking of it to be real doesn't make it an another reality. Okay. Nacha swapna satyatvam satyameva bhavati tavata evam vyavahara. Similarly, vyavahara satyamapi yavad vyavaharam satyatvatvena prathamanamapi paramarthikam satyatvam nalingate. Similarly, vyavaharika satyam means the waking world. The waking world, the waking vyavahara, as you take it to be real. It is real for you because you take it to be there. You only, as long as you take it, so long it appears real to you. See, as long as you take it to be real, ನಿಮಗೆ ಸತ್ಯ ಎಂದು ಅನಿಸಿರುವವರೆಗೂ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. As long as you treat it, as long as you take it to be real, you take it. You happen to take it to be real. That's all it means. Under the condition of taking it to be real, so you happen to take it to be real. That's all. It is a taken reality. It is a considered reality. As long as you consider, you happen to consider. It is considered to be real. That's all. So, yavad vyavaharam satyatvena prathamanam. See, that Swamiji's Sanskrit expression is beautiful. His Sanskrit words are very perfect language. He uses a simple and beautiful Sanskrit expression. I think I told you once before, for sake of his Sanskrit language, people should learn Sanskrit. His Sanskrit is so beautiful, and the correct word he uses, and a beautiful language. A very, very beautiful language his Sanskrit is. Satyamapi yavad vyavaharam satyatvena prathamanam. As long as you consider, it remains considered to be real. It remains considered, it appears considered to be considered as reality. That's all. As long as you consider, it remains, it remains, I don't know how to express that. As long as you consider it as real, that consideration remains. That's all. That consideration alone is the reality, not a existing reality, but a considered reality. It is only a considered reality, but not an existing reality. Okay? Tentatively, you take it. That's all. Even this world, you see, I am speaking, you are listening. All this, you take it. Your mind thinks of it. That's all. There is no reality. Neither I exist nor you exist. You means this individual. Neither I am a speaker, nor you are a listener, nor the world. It appears to be there. That's all appearance. Nothing more than that. You feel as if it is there. That's all it means. As if it is there. That's all. Nothing more than that. Therefore, satyatvena prathamanamapi paramarthikam satyatvam nalingate. Just because it appears to be, just because it is considered to be real, it doesn't become real. I don't know how did I translate. Let me read my own translation. I translated it long before. More than 5 years ago, I translated it. So just as long as one is in dream, there appears that something is real knowledge and something else is unreal knowledge. Although we know that the dream procedure is as a whole is unreal. And such reality of dream does not become real on account of this. Similarly, the empirical reality, although passes for reality, I used the expression, although it passes for reality, so long as we continue to take it to be real, continue to treat it as a real. It is only your treatment it is as a real. As long as you treat, it passes for reality, doesn't exist as a reality. It passes for reality because you treat it. As long as you treat it to be real, treat it to be such, treat it to be real, then it passes for reality. That's all. What passes doesn't become real. Okay. Upavarnitam adhyasa mulakatvat. Upavarnita adhyasa mulakatvat. Because it is due to adhyasa. It is due to the misunderstanding, therefore it is not reality. Vakshatihi Bhagavan, because Bhashakara, time is up. Shall we finish this paragraph? I'll take 1 minute and finish it. सर्वव्यवहाराणामेव प्राग् ब्रह्मात्मता विज्ञानात् सत्यत्वोपपत्तेः. This is a Bhashyakara statement Swamiji is quoting in support of, as a testimony to this explanation. He is taking Bhashyakaras. Sarva-vyavaharanameva prag-brahmatmata vijnanat satyatvopapatteh. All this vyavahara within dream, satyatvopapatteh. For all the vyavahara conventions can be consistently real before the dawn of the knowledge of reality. They are real, they are taken to be real, they pass for reality. They appear to be real until you wake up. Until you understand it to be false, you are in that thought, you remain in that thought. It continues for you. For your feeling, it continues. Swapna vyavaharasya iva prak prabodhat, like the experience of dream, like the procedure of a dream until you wake up. Yavaddina satyatmaikatva pratipattihi, until you wake up, that there is a pramata, that there is a pramana and a prameya, all that seems to be there. All that seem to be consistently there. Vikareshu anritatva buddhirna kasyachid utpadyate. Nobody understands it to be real until you give up, until you correct your misunderstanding. You remain in that. You feel, you treat it like that until you wake up and understand that, oh, it is false. Okay. Iti ato na kaschit virodaha, there is no therefore. No, there is no contradiction. Etena yasya cha dushtam karanam yatra cha mithyeti pratyaya saeva samicinaha ityacharya shabarasaminah vachanam vyakhyatam. Then the last point is there. This point we'll explain in the next class. And almost this is concluded. Now we'll proceed with just a small point is there, 5-10 minutes. We'll explain in the next class and proceed with the next point, 44th point, that Purusha Pravritti Nirupanena. To show that how everything is due to Adhyasa, he is showing our own experience, a universal experience, common man's Purusha Pravritti. Pravritti means what? How to say that? Purusha Pravritti. How did I translate? Purusha Pravritti, the convention of the human procedure. Purusha Pravritti means the very Purusha Pravritti, the human procedure itself shows how everything is due to Adhyasa. Okay? That another point Bhashyakara discusses, that we shall see in the next class. Okay, 44th point we will see in the next class. We have almost concluded this 43rd passage. Okay, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.